Hello everyone. In this session, we'll be solving another question of NCERT, which is question number 5, page number 89. Question based on accounting equation. So now, according to the question, first transaction is started business with cash rupees 1,20,000. Now here, firm is receiving a cash of rupees 1,20,000. Cash is an asset. So there is an increase in asset of rupees 1,20,000. So we'll open a cash column on asset side with the amount 1,20,000. At the same time, this cash is a claim against the company as a capital. It is a liability for the business also, because business and the businessman are separate entity. So 1,20,000 will be treated as liability for the business as capital in the form of capital. Second transaction is purchased goods for cash rupees 10,000. So here goods have been purchased. Goods is an asset. So there is increase in asset. Goods is also known as stock. So we will open a column of stock on asset side. And it has been increased with the amount of rupees 10,000. So we will mention the amount 10,000 in stock, but it has purchased for cash. That means there is an outflow of cash of rupees 10,000. So we will reduce the amount of 10,000 from cash column. So here the equation is balanced, as on the asset side one asset is increasing, another is decreasing. So equation here is balanced. Now by solving these two equations, we get 1,10,000 in cash column, stock 10,000, no amount of liability and no amount of capital. So here, solving these two equations, we get capital amounting to 1,20,000. Now, in the next transaction, rent is received of rupees 5,000. Now here, rent is received in the form of cash. So there is an increase of cash of rupees 5,000. So we will add this amount on cash column. At the same time, rent received is an income for the business, and it is also a profit for the business, and it increases the capital. So we will add this 5,000 on capital side also. So by solving these two equations, we get 1,15,000 on cash column, 10,000 of stock, zero amount of liabilities, and 1,25,000 on capital side. Now next transaction is salary outstanding of rupees 2,000. See, in this transaction, outstanding salary means salary which is due but which has not been paid. So here it is a liability for the company, because salary is due, it is not paid. So we will open a new column of outstanding expenses on liabilities side. Outstanding salary is a liability because it is due, it has to be paid in future. That means liability has been increased with the amount 2,000. So we will record the amount 2,000 on outstanding expenses. At the same time, this amount has to be paid in future. So this will be deducted from capital of the business. So we will deduct the amount of 2,000 from capital column. So by solving these two equations, we get cash amounting to 1,15,000, stock 10,000, outstanding expenses 2,000, and capital amounting to 1,23,000. So in this equation we have seen both are liabilities. One liability is increasing, one is decreasing. So here the equation is balance. Now, next transaction is prepaid insurance amounting to rupees 1000. See, prepaid insurance means insurance which we have paid in advance. It is also known as prepaid expenses. These are the expenses which we have paid in advance. This is also treated as asset, as it cannot be converted into cash, but we can get its benefit in future. So it is a kind of asset. So we will open a column of prepaid expenses on asset side. Prepaid expenses. Now here, prepaid insurance means insurance has been paid in the form of cash, rupees 1000. So we will deduct this amount from cash column. At the same time, it increases the asset also by 1000. So we will record this amount on prepaid expenses column. So by solving these two equations, we get 1,14,000 of cash, 10,000 of stock, 1,000 of prepaid expenses, outstanding expenses remains the same 2,000, and capital amounting to rupees 1,23,000. Now next equation is interest received rupees 700. So here interest has been received in the form of cash. Interest is an income, so it is received in the form of cash. We will add this amount on cash column. At the same time, it is an income for the firm. We can say profit for the firm. Profit increases the capital, so we will add the same amount on capital side also. Now by solving these two equations, we get 1,14,700 of cash, 10,000 of stock, 1,000 of prepaid expenses, 2,000 of outstanding liabilities, and 1,23,700 of capital. So I have carried forward the last equation here with cash amounting to rupees 1,14,700, stock 10,000, prepaid expenses 1,000, outstanding expenses 2,000, and capital 1,23,700. Moving on to the next transaction, which is goods sold for cash costing rupees 5,000 for rupees 7,000. Now here goods have been sold for cash costing 5,000. Now goods of 5,000 have been sold, which means there is a reduction of asset in the form of goods. So we will deduct rupees 5,000 from stock column, and it has been sold for rupees 7,000. That means we are getting the amount of 7,000 in the form of cash by solding the goods amounting to 5,000. So 7,000 we are receiving in the form of cash. So we will add 7,000 on cash column. At the same time, we are getting a profit of rupees 2,000 because goods was costing 5,000, sold for 7,000. So there is a profit of rupees 2,000, and we know profit increases the capital. So we will add this amount of 2,000 on capital side. Now, by solving these two equations, we get cash amounting to 1,21,700, stock amounting to 5,000, prepaid expenses remains the same 1,000, outstanding expenses 2,000, and capital 1,25,700. Now the last transaction is goods destroyed by fire rupees 500. Now goods have been destroyed by fire, which means there is a loss of rupees 500, and goods of 500 has also been destroyed. That means we will reduce the amount of 500 from stock column because these goods have been destroyed. So reducing 500 from stock column, and at the same time we will reduce this amount from capitals also because this is a loss for the business, and loss is always deducted from the capital. So by solving these two equations, we get cash amounting to 1,21,700, 4,500 amount of stock, prepaid expenses amounting to 1,000, outstanding expenses 2,000 and capital amounting to 1,25,200. So by adding the asset side and liabilities plus capital side, we get 1,27,200 of asset and 1,27,200 of liabilities and capital. So here asset is equal to the sum of liabilities and capital. So we can say the accounting equation has been balanced here. So we have solved another question of accounting equation in this session. In the next session, we'll continue with some more questions. That's all for today. Thank you.